We at Reconnections believe the current model can change if we reinstate Jesus' vision and example. A vision imparted through His words, combined with an example imparted through His deeds that made men run. John tells us Jesus came as the Word made flesh so men could not only hear God's law, but see a living example of it to follow. Now He commands His disciples everywhere to do likewise, balancing the proclamation of the gospel with bringing it to life through good deeds. This perfect balance is summarized in the first 17 verses of John 15, which reveals a leadership structure and lifestyle that can reconnect what has become disconnected. Jesus didn't just preach in the temple. He led by example as He laid down His life for those He taught. Then He restated and renewed the great commandment when He said in John 15, "Abide in me and bear fruit." With the indwelling of the Spirit His sacrifice provided, and the living example His life gave us to follow, His new vision motivated men to run. Now we have the Good Shepherd, the Word to hear, and the person to follow. Now shepherds and sheep can run with the John 15 model, based on a transformation in what they hear and see. With pastors reconnected to their mandate to make disciples, more churches will encourage their men to come down out of the stands and get in the game. Seeking out and mentoring disciples will become their priority. Their sheep will not only hear a message of loving God and others, but they will see a living example of it in their shepherd as well. These disciples can now shepherd missional men's small groups, who will in turn lead their good sheep with the same balanced message of teaching and acting they have witnessed. With their shepherds leading the way into the John 15 model, men in the back rows willing to engage can reawaken and reconnect with their giftedness and be developed and deployed to serve their church and community. It is the mission and passion of Reconnections to help churches reestablish the John 15 model in a body of any size, whether connecting a new flock or reconnecting an existing one. We can turn the tide and see those seeking spirituality return to our words of truth because they have been touched by our acts of love. Weekend leadership and men's retreats, where we'll discuss together the balance and transforming message of Jesus' vision for us in John 15. Provide breakout sessions for leadership to discuss its role and sessions for the men to empower, challenge, and encourage them to begin discovering their giftedness and get excited about the unique role the Spirit has for each of them. A 2-day consult back at your church, where we will help pastors identify and begin a balanced training program for their disciples. Current leadership will be interviewed, recommendations made to facilitate your new track, and a group leadership session held for prayer, open discussions, and Q&A time. Your church will also be networked with other like-minded organizations and churches that can serve as mentors as you move out into your neighborhoods together. Once the Reconnections model is embraced in your church, it will no longer be just a place of learning and worship, but a model of balance. A track where seekers can learn, where disciples can run as well. Shepherds and sheep will be motivated to venture out of the sheepfold and into the community where they can run. That's what we call Reconnections. For more information along with suggested fees, please visit our website at thereconnectedchurch.org.